I'm going to tell you about my artwork titled Footloose Fancy. I was born with fibula hemimelia, which means I was born without a fibula bone, and I've been a left leg amputee since I was 18 months old. One of the really curious things about having a prosthetic leg is how it sparks the imagination of myself and others, and I really wanted to explore that in my artwork, like the extent to which my prosthetic gets people thinking and imagining about what it could be and like all of the possibilities of how you could see it depending on what your imagination is like. Each painting is based on either something I've imagined my prosthetic as being or what someone else has seen it as. And even some of the ideas for my paintings have come from the unique experiences and sensations that my prosthetic has given me throughout my life. I know for some people the thought of amputation and prosthetics could be worrying or upsetting, but that's why I really wanted my paintings to work together to make people feel very joyful and fun rather than look at it and it almost be upsetting to them. It is true that having a prosthetic leg comes with lots of challenges, but for me it also comes with lots of funny moments, creative inspiration, playfulness, and really amazing interactions with others. Flower. With my flower leg, it's like it depicts me in my normal everyday life, because this one, it exists, like it's one of my current legs, and people might look at it and think that I just created that digitally or something, but it is part of my everyday life, part of my routine of just getting up in the morning and putting my uniform on and my school shoes and everything. Tree. With my tree leg, I really wanted to explore the idea that, like, I've worn these legs my entire life, and I wanted to paint something that represented my growth, because I've worn these legs for 16 years, and I've got about 45 to 50 of them, and I've grown out of all of them, and I thought a tree would be the perfect representation of how much I've grown over the years. Mermaid. With my mermaid leg, I love swimming. Like, it's always been part of my life, from swimming carnivals to doing nippers down at the beach near my house. And there have been so many times where I've been swimming in a public area, like a beach, and I've heard little kids whisper or come up to me and say, "You look like a mermaid," and it just fills me with joy. Spring. With my spring leg, this painting really just explores like the memory that I have from the first day that I got my carbon fiber prosthetic and the sensation that I got from running it in the first time. Like I remember putting it on and running out of my house and running down to the bottom of my hill and bursting into my friend's house, and I was like, "Look at the leg that I just got." It's like, it feels like I'm bouncing whenever I wear it, and I wanted to explore that in my painting, the sensation of like bouncing on air. Robot. With my robot leg, I kind of wanted to explore how many times I've had kids come up to me and say like, "Oh, you look like a robot or like a cyborg or something." And it's just like the coolest thing, because personally I have actually imagined my leg as having like wires coming out of it and circuit boards and looking all crazy and robotic. Wing. With my wing leg, personally, I've always loved Marvel and like those superhero type movies, and my leg has brought me so many opportunities. Like, I've been indoor skydiving and I've gone on camps, and whenever I've done these things, it's felt like I've been flying, and I wanted to do like a physical representation of that sensation that I get. Paintbrush. With my paintbrush leg, painting and creating things has always been some part of my life, like from the moment that I could walk or do anything, I would have been creating something. And with my paintbrush leg, it relates to this artwork as a whole, because it represents all of the work that I've put into all of the specific brush strokes and how to create these crazy looking legs, including a paintbrush leg of all things. Shell. With my shell leg, I grew up on the coast and creating things like little crafts has always been part of my life, and specifically my family collected shells quite a lot, and I would make little necklaces and bracelets and things out of little shells that I'd find on the beach. And I don't know, from like a kind of young age, I think like creating things with shells has been important to me, and now I've created a leg out of a shell. Cow. Well, to be honest with my cow leg, I wanted to go into a whole in-depth story about how I've grown up on cattle farms and have been surrounded by cows all my life, but my mum actually grew up on a sheep farm, and that's where I spent most of the holidays when I was a kid. So, I mean, I could have drawn a sheep leg, but I just thought a cow leg would be more quite distinctive and has like a specific look to it.